Now this is an incredibly special car, the BMW M5. Insane car, absolutely in love with this one. So this one is going to have a full sound system with a stock look to keep in keeping with that BMW gorgeous M5 interior. This one is going to be special. Let's go.
Hi guys, it's your South African legend Rowan here, and we will be fully audio upgrading this E39 M5. So first things what we'll do is we'll do our inspection. So we'll test our battery, we will do a diagnostic test, and then we'll just basically go around the vehicle checking for dinks and dents, scratches, check the PPF work. So yeah, let's get started with that. So our inspection is complete on the vehicle. So what we'll be doing next is we will start stripping off all our door cards, and we need to actually check, you know, what size speaker is in there so that we can order the right components for our customer. So I'll start by taking the door cards off, and then after that is all complete, we will start getting some soundproofing in, and then yeah, gradually start working our way to the rear of the vehicle. So we have stripped all our door cards, and what we have is we have a little tweeter up there, and then in this space over here we have a blank on the door card itself. No actual tweeter behind there, but actual nice ample space to put a nice size tweeter in. So we'll use that space, get a Melee Legend in there, and then at the bottom we have our 5-inch width tweeter that sits about there at the bottom. So we will replace that with one of our own Audison 5-inch speakers, either Audison or Hertz. So yeah, I will strip the back doors and then we will see what we have there. On our rear doors, we don't have any actual speakers sitting, you know, in the bottom in the corner there. The only thing we have is a tweeter, but in the specific car is a blank. So we'll have to see how much space we have to work with. There's not much space, but we can get a nice slimline tweeter in there. So no speaker at the bottom. We have place for a tweeter up here, but not much space, and it looks like in the back of the vehicle on the rear deck, looks like our 5 inches sit over there. So on our rear deck we have our 5-inch with tweeter mounted on top. So we will take this out and then we will put one of our own 5 inches in there. In the boot we actually have 2 subs mounted facing upwards. The customer really loves these, so he wants to keep them and he wants us to utilize them into our sound that we are installing. So we'll keep them, and apparently these are the last 2 pair in the world that he could get brand new. So they don't make these anymore, so we will have to very professionally tune our amps. You know, we don't want to overpower them, we don't want to kill any lifespan out of them, so we will tune them precise and perfect so that you know, we get good bass out of them, but we don't hurt them in the process as well. So yeah, that's our 2 subs we have in the boot that we will be using too. Now it's time for our soundproofing. We got about 80 sheets that is going into this vehicle. So what we'll do is we will start with our main parts of the vehicle. So we'll do all 4 of our doors, we will do the floor of our boot, and we will do the rear deck. And whatever is left we will spread around the vehicle. The customer did say he's been hearing some rattles here and there, so we will focus on that too. So yeah, let me get started with our soundproofing. So all our soundproofing is complete on our doors. The next step would be to move to the boot. So we will get our boot stripped out and then we will start laying some sheets down there. So now we are moving on to our boot area. So we will be taking out all our panels, we will strip it completely out and then we will start soundproofing the boot. Now that our boot is fully stripped out, we will start with our soundproofing. So basically we'll be doing the whole floor and then we will soundproof our left and right sides too. So yeah, let's get soundproofing. So our boot is fully soundproofed. We did the floor, we did the arches on both sides, so the customer while driving his vehicle, it will actually sound a lot softer, you know, the wheel noise, because we have soundproofing on the wheel arches. Things like little plugs and stuff we normally cut out. If you can see there, we normally cut out and create provision for the wires to come through. We cut around all our grommets and all our metal pins that stick out. So yeah, that is our boot. The next thing we will be moving on to is our boot lid, which is up there. So on our boot lid, I just want to give you a demonstration of how it sounds without soundproofing. That is very tinny and very lots of rattles. So I will give you another demonstration of once we have all our soundproofing on. I'll knock again and then we can hear the difference. So our boot lid is now fully soundproofed. I will just knock on it just for you to hear. That is much better, much more dense and much more solid, and that will eliminate any rattles coming from the boot lid. So as you can see, we fully stripped out our rear deck. So we have two 10-inch woofers, one over there and one over there. So we will try and get as much soundproofing as possible onto this deck. Because we have the subs there, that creates a lot of vibration, so we'll get as much as possible on the deck itself, and then on the deck cover we will also get a couple of soundproofing sheets just to eliminate any rattles that comes from them. So yeah, let's get started on that.
So I hope you guys are enjoying the video. So far you've seen our team carry out some spectacular work on this BMW M5, but now it's time in this part of the video to actually go through kind of final spec, explain everything, how it's been done, and then also after this little section we are going to be sitting with you. You guys are going to be able to listen to the final result of the system with us inside. So let's kind of run you through the car. So with this client, this is obviously a returning client of ours. I don't know how many cars I've done for him now, but every car has been kind of perfect for me, because we go through spec on every single one to make sure it's right for the car, for what the client uses it for. And this is the beautiful thing about systems and also how we work, that everything is customizable, everything is designed around the client. It's not about shifting boxes, it's not about kind of just selling what's on the shelf. It is literally everything is ordered in bespoke for our clients on every single job. It's not. And I chatted with a client the other day, and they were saying, I bought X, Y, and Z from another company, and it just doesn't suit what I wanted. This is what I wanted. I said, how on earth did you end up with that when you were after that? And I said, you must have explained that wrong to them for them to get it that wrong. He goes, no, I literally, word for word, I said what I wanted, and that's what I ended up with. And I was like, I said to him, how and why, what happened? And we went into a little bit more detail. And basically, the person that was selling, in essence, shifted one of the boxes that they had on the shelf and went away. And at the end of the day, that leaves for an unhappy client. That's why we carry zero stock with us, because everything is ordered in for each client, so we know exactly what's going on, and also we know that we're getting the right solution for our client. So on this particular vehicle, this client spent a lot of money on this car to get it restored, get it how he wants it, and the one thing that obviously as a returning client wanted the better sound system, but wanted to very much keep it to the factory look. The client, first of all, for the head unit source, has supplied a unit which we've installed. In terms of the front end here, what we've gone for is a Hertz setup in terms of the tweeter and the mid-bass driver into here. And these are the Hertz Relay Legend tweeters into here, and then out of the Hertz Relay Pro range, we've gone for the 5-inch down in the door. The vehicle's had around about 80 sheets of skinned sound deadening, as you've seen the team install throughout the video. On the rear door area, we've got the tweeter into the stock location here, and then what we've got is on the rear shelf, we've got actually quite a lot of speakers on this rear shelf. We've got a 5-inch Hertz Relay Pro speaker on the rear deck as well, but also what we've actually got on these vehicles, you actually have in the boot area, which is where a lot of the cool work's actually happened. On this generation of BMW, you actually have right underneath these two big lumps. These are basically factory subwoofers into little enclosures that sit right up under here. One thing that our client wanted, and we don't normally do this, we always normally change a speaker if we're adding new amplification to it, but client really wanted to retain them. So that's what we've done. We managed to rewire them to retain them, which is really cool because they're apparently really, really hard to get hold of. So we are not driving them very, very hard. Obviously, you've got to remember it's a factory speaker. You can't send too much power to them. But what our client wanted with that stock look and also retaining those, so that is exactly what we've done. One of my favorite features about this system is in this little left corner here. So on this left corner, obviously, for those of you who are aware or familiar with the electronics on these cars, you've got a hell of a lot of electronics that normally sit in that little area here. We've kept that to the original area where it's showing like the CD changer. However, when you pull this down, we've mimicked basically, so that is the original CD driver, and when you pull that down, we get two amplifiers built into where the original electronics of the vehicle used to be. All incredibly neat and tidy, and we've got two amplifiers in this setup. We've got the Audison Forza 8-channel, we've also got another Audison Forza 4-channel running a fully active system, and it is absolutely incredible in this car. We've done some tuning work, obviously acoustically deadened, incredibly neat and tidy, but that is a really cool, neat little trick. It looks incredibly smart, and again, it's in keeping with how our client wanted their vehicle. They wanted it as a stock look, they wanted it with incredible sound, and that is what we have achieved. So, without further ado, let's jump inside the vehicle and have a listen. This is the part of the video which you've all been waiting for. where we get to listen to the final result. So you might be thinking, well, why on earth am I sat in the passenger seat? Because this system has a processor. It means that everything can be aligned to driver or wherever on earth we want it to land. So the reason and how we do that is part of the tuning process is go through a very, very meticulous way of setting up a car and tuning it, but also partly is to do with time alignment. So we actually use millisecond of delays in playing every single speaker to be able to get the sound to land at the perfect driver listening position, so we get the ultimate best environment for a system to work in within a vehicle. So my little good old friend over here, Mr. Ears, we are listening to the system via that. So in a second, when I start playing the music properly and stop talking, you'll actually be able to listen through this microphone setup and actually have as close as you can a kind of real world example of what it is. We actually had a comment over the weekend where someone was like, oh, it was too high at this particular song on this thing. It's not like sitting in the vehicle, and also part of the system is a DSP. We can tune it for our clients' music taste, the source and everything like that. It's about just getting a better understanding about how good this system now sounds. If there's little things when you're listening to it that you go, cool, that's too sharp, too much depth, whatever it might be, it's just tuning. We can get rid of that. But also the big thing about this is also one of the biggest things about these sorts of systems, these kind of listening experiences that we're trying to share with you via microphone setups. These are not you're never going to be able to hear exactly how it sounds over whatever pair of headphones or whatever you're using, but it's kind of giving you the best possible chance with what we've got here. So let's play a couple of tracks and enjoy.
I've been looking for a place that I'd rather be. I've been searching for my own destiny. I raise my gun to the sky and scream out loud. This is my life, this is my hope, this is what I stand for. Now it's the time to let it all. We are the young ones that fight for.
So correct.
Not to lose the game. The darkest night is always seen. Wait on the nothing, we're face to face. I've heard about you, you know about me. Already enough not to lose the game. The darkest night is always seen.
It's so correct. I don't know other way to describe it. It's just right. It sounds so nice.
I used to dream about money, about a big house, but all I want is you. Your touch of fire when you love me, desirable, attainable, yeah, all I want is you. We are all the same.
Those tweeters are incredible.
Confirmation. Why do we care?
The clarity, the distinction between everything is so present now.
I've been lost here.
So good.
Need the neon lights. The color of cars burning my eyes. I still see it sometimes. I've been calling out for you.
Obviously with every system there's so many there's always different challenges that we come through and face whenever we're working on any vehicle. There's also trying to get the best out of a stock look system is always challenging as well, and the team have done an absolute fantastic job of getting kind of the best out of this system for what our client was after. And obviously I go through quite a lot of depth with our clients how we're going to achieve what they want. That's why we always recommend people come in. Obviously, like this client, I don't know how many cars I've done for him so far this year, but I know what he's after. So it's a lot quicker of a process, especially when we've done multiple bits of business together. But when when people are coming in for the first time, it's the nicest thing to be able to sit with us, sit down, have a cup of coffee, just discuss and get the right solution for what you're after. It makes a world of difference. It makes for you in terms of getting that right solution, in terms of for us being able to deliver the perfect solution for you as well. It makes a world of difference. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope to meet you soon. I'll see you on the next one.